So we're going to create our final content model here, single with view. It's going to be called our story. It is going to be top level, and it's going to have a title, has this intro text. We'll make that a WYSIWYG. Add to set. Then we're going to have this area. I think we could get away with being WYSIWYG, honestly, so we can call it like body content. How about main content? WYSIWYG, add to set. And then we have the snapshot of our history, and this is the image here, which is interesting. So I'm gonna make this history title. Alright, so that gets that. And history image. I mean, honestly, I would do this differently, but since we're just converting one to one, we're going to just follow the way it was done, right? It'll be an image. And then same thing here, products available and retailers. So I'm just going to call this retailers title. Alright. And again, I'll just call this retailers image, because these are both images. So I'm going to jump into content. Over here I'm going to have become a retailer, right? This title lines up to, it's not a become a retailer, it's our story. Logo. So save. Now we have all of our content available on the Our Story page. Publish it because we don't need to come back. It's actually letting us know we're missing some media, right? So I mean some meta titles. So let's just paste that in there. Make Zesty happy, and the search engine's happy. Jump into our editor. So finally, the first thing we should do is just jump into our footer. And we're going to tie up the Our Story. So it'd be this, not this, sorry. Our Story dot first dot get URL. Copy this just to be fast. And we're going to use meta title here. Meta link text, excuse me. This our brands is now the home page still. So map policy and brand protection policy is pages we missed. We're going to have to grab. They're probably simple pages. We have this down here too, which we can hook up to our globals. And we have a global called footer text, right? So we'll tie that in. And we have a logo here that we need to tie up. We're actually going to tie the logo up to globals too. And we have a site logo on the globals.getImage. Put in here. Again, this weird thing was showing up here. So we're just like finishing off the footer so we could be done. I guess we could just say site name. So we have globals. We also have a site name. These were created with it by default. I know that, but we'll go do that now. So now we have almost a fully dynamic footer. We're going to need to get these brand policies and maps. Our brands is the / so map policy and terms security privacy, brand protection privacy. We'll need to get those later. Let's go into content, globals, site name, BNG products. Site logo, we got the logo in here. That makes this dynamic, so that way if they want to change their logo, if they change their brand name, they can just swap it out. Footer text was down here, it's just the copyright symbol. I want to make sure I use the copy here. Save, publish this. Alright, so now on the Zesty side, all that should be dynamically hooked up. That was a different logo, so this is actually a white logo down here, which I don't know if we actually got. So let's make sure we get it. There's the white PNG logo. So what we can do is we can go in the schema, go globals. We can add a bottom footer logo, right? It's always best not to hard code things. It's nice to give access to your content authors the ability to change that. So that's why I do it. It's one less thing you have to do down the road, or less reason for them to reach out to you to do something that's unnecessary. So we got our white logo. We're gonna grab it here. We'll connect that. Hit save. We'll publish. Go back in the editor. We called that bottom footer logo. So in the editor, we need to go change that. Bottom footer logo, and that was also here. And let's see in Zesty if we have it. There we do. So now that's dynamic, so you could just change that. And in our header, we also have the logo reference here, which is globals. I believe it's just logo.getImage. Let's make sure that that works. Now I'm just going to show an example of like why. Okay, let's just say I change my footer logo to be not that logo. I could just say gentle care. I know that's not correct, but just for example, on the Zesty site, we should save. There it is. So now we have a different logo there. So that's powerful for your content editors, right? It's just they can do that themselves. The goal of Zesty is to like code it up and just let the authors do what they need to do. So good there. So now things are tied up. Now we got to finish off the R story page, which is now linked, and there's nothing here. So again, we're going to jump into editor. We'll look at the original page. We're going to view the source of that page. Get everything between the header and the footer, which is this main container div. We're going to bring this down until the footer starts. We have an R story view here, and paste that in. We will clean it up in Zesty. Hit save. We will view the page in Zesty now. We'll see it's starting to connect. But what we need to do is we need to tie these up to the dynamic content model that we created. So h1, this dot title, right? This is that intro text. This dot intro text, done. There's that main body of content here. This dot main content. Hey, bonus, we're gonna clean up this div. It might be there for a reason, actually. We'll just leave it. Where is it? Let's see. So this whole piece became, it's hard to tell, but this is different elements. I don't think it needs to be. So we're just gonna go with doing this. Simplify this. This dot main content. Okay. Snapshot of our history is we have a title for that, right? This dot history title. There's this weird like media container element item here, which I'm not sure this is dead, like not used, but it's here. I'm gonna say this dot history image dot get image, right? Doesn't have an alt text, so we could say this dot history title, just say time line image, right? And I don't think this is necessary. I'm gonna start to remove these things. So you can see there in Zesty it has it. Products available, we could do the same thing for this. Looks like this was doubled up and redundant. Or maybe there's two versions of this. There is. Oh. Clever. Okay. So I need to undo that. So this is the vertical one. That's the one we just did. So pretty much this is the same here. Not the way I would do it, but we're just going with it because this is what we're converting. So there's going to be history image vertical. So I don't have this yet, but I'm going to go create it. So I need to go into my schema, click into our story. I'm going to add a field called history image vertical and make sure I select image, add to set, bring this next to the other history image, go into content, click our story, upload the vertical item here. Now it's here inside of Zesty, save, and publish. Okay. So now we should have both inside of our zesty-io story. And we'll just open image and new tab just to confirm it's the Zesty media URL, and it is. Cool. Alright. Little clever move there. I'm wondering if this is the same way. It probably is. Yep. So we have another image here. Retail's vertical logo. So all the content's in, routing set up. Make sure that our home page, our loaders and our footer, right? We have global text here. On the header, let's just check this. We can give this alt, and we should just say, we can now say like globals dot site name, right? Logo. Nice. Our brands goes to the home page. Our story needs to be connected here, so missed that one. Our story dot first dot get URL, and we can also get our story dot first dot. It's going to be using the meta link text. Save. So now our story, and if you notice it's not in the right casing as the original site, so we need to go make that capitalized. Done. Publish. Our story, now it's capitalized. So that wraps up part 7. In part 8, we're going to be doing the finishing touches on the site, so click on.